Hey, restaurant owners, are you frustrated with your management team because they keep missing your labor targets? Hey, managers, are you tired of your owner walking in going, why the hell aren't you cutting labor? Why's your labor so high? And wonder why? Especially when you say, hey man, I've only got one cook on, I've only got one server, I've only got me. What the hell do you want me to do? Well, I'm going to share with you how you can reduce your labor costs by actually not following a national average you might have found in a magazine, website, or the National Restaurant Association. I'm going to share that with you in about 2 seconds. Hello, this is David Scott Peters with TheRestaurantExpert.com, and I got to tell you, I feel your pain. I used to be a manager, and my owner, he'd walk in and go, why is labor cost so high on a Monday? Heck, by the end of the week, we get to Friday, and he'd be like a chicken with head cut off going, cut, cut, cut. Busiest sales day of the week, we want to reduce our labor, give shitty service, long ticket times, doesn't make any sense. Well, as my career went on, I realized we were using the wrong gosh darn number. See, what we were using is what many of us do, is we use a national average, something we might have found from the National Restaurant Association, maybe a 32.9% labor cost for a full-service restaurant. Well, number one, I'm going to ask you, what is an average good for, and what is it? Who's in there? Were the steakhouses, taco places, pizza places, pasta places? I mean, fish houses, it's all over the board. So a national average for a full-service restaurant, man, there's lots and lots of price points and quality and you name it, styles of service. It's no good. Your restaurant's on average, it's not on the same street corners, same price point, same quality product, same style of service. You get my idea? Like, throw these national averages out the window. Now, they're not bad as a guide. Let me tell you the one thing you've got to have in place to make sure you're managing your managers the right way. Managers, the one thing your owner needs to have in place for you to be managed fairly when it comes to labor costs, and that's a budget. Now, a budget is literally a plan for success, but why is it so important? Let me share with you some numbers here. So let me bring this up. You're going to notice a restaurant. This is an actual budget from years ago. They do $165,000 in sales in April. This is a multi-million-dollar barbecue place that does catering and quick service restaurant. They do $420,000 in sales in June, and in November, they do $224,000. Now, if I were to use a national average, say 32%, I'm going to tell you, by the time I'm finished with this, without taxes, benefits, insurance, I've used too much money. But there are going to be months that I can't hit that number. And there are going to be months that I can hit that number. Well, again, now let's go backwards. You hear me talk about prime costs all the time. Maybe you've got to hit a 25% labor cost because your food cost is high, because whatever your restaurant is, your price points are low and your quality of product's high. Again, prime cost really matters. So assuming you have a budget and you know where your labor cost should be, in this restaurant, the target without taxes, benefits, insurance was 28.89 for the year. But look at it. The salaried managers, it's the same, salaried. Doesn't matter if my sales are up or down, they get paid the same amount of money. And then we have something called minimum staffing levels. So in the $165,000 a month, maybe I've only got 3 cooks on the line. That's my minimum. Maybe I've only got 2 cashiers in this restaurant. That's my minimum staffing, and a manager. And everybody else is just ancillary, and they've been cut. And my labor is going to be high. Why? Because my sales are low, and my managers, my fixed expense, are going to take up so much money that I need more money to actually run the shift. I'm going to require a higher labor cost. In this case, 32.56% without taxes, benefits, insurance. We're going to add 3-4 points to that, maybe even 6 if I'm in the state of California. But my budget is 28.89. See, I'm going to plan out the whole year because it's going to be 32 for that month. But in June, I've got something called maximum staffing levels. My managers still get paid the same amount of money, whether they did $165,000 or $420,000 in sales. They get paid the same amount of money. So now I've got all this extra money for labor. At some point in time, I can't fit another cook on the line. I don't have another open register. I don't have any more lobby people. Like, I can't use any more labor. I'm at my maximum. So notice in this case, because my managers get paid the same and he reached my maximum efficiency, I don't need all the money, I actually going to run a 19.53% labor cost, not 28.89. See, if I use 28.89 every month throughout the year, I'm going to have my ass handed to me as a manager when it comes in April. But in June, if I hit 28, because you've made it so easy for me, I'm wasting money hand over fist. And then look at the $224,000 a month, 27.61%. See, when you create a budget, you know that your year-end target is a 28.89 to hit your 55% prime cost or under. That's your year-end. But by using a budget, because of fixed salaries, we know that we have a different labor cost target by month. You really want to take control of your business and you want to be fair with your managers, then you need a budget. And that's critical, not a national average. This is David Scott Peters. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure and subscribe now to my YouTube channel. But before you go, download my free report. You'll find the link below in the description section. And be sure not to miss these other videos with expert tips to help you run your restaurant.